Hey, lovely, wonderful people. A pleasant afternoon to you. Beautiful people, let me tell you, some things you see and it disturbs your equilibrium that you wonder to yourself what's really and truly going on in our country. You wonder if our children will just catch a break at some point. I'm seeing something here. It says gross. Health department closes Portland basic school infested with rats and roaches. Prosecutes egg farm. And this is from an Everard Owen, an observer writer. It says Port Antonio, Portland, health officials in this parish have ordered a school closed and are now working with the council for the related division to get the institution that educates young children, still babies, ready for the next school term, sorry. Unfortunately, we had to close one basic school in June for gross insanitary conditions. I can hardly believe that this is still going on in this 21st modern day century. For gross insanitary conditions, rodent and roach infestation, where rodent meaning rats, lack of potable water and electricity. We were contacted by the councillor for the area and we will be meeting to look at the situation and how it can be remedied with further intervention and reopened in a better condition in September, said Chief Public Health Officer for Portland, Lorenzo Hume, who did not identify the school by name. I can hardly believe that it even has to come to this. He was providing his regular report during Thursday's monthly meeting of the municipal corporation. Some of our police stations need improvement also. That's another conversation, to be honest. Hume added on the same topic. The public health official who pointed to a link between unsanitary conditions and the breeding of mosquitoes told the meeting that one business was recently successfully prosecuted after several failed attempts to get it to clean up its act. We take enforcement action seriously and took 2 cases before the parish court, and in the wisdom of the clerk of court withdrew 1. We were successful in the other, where an egg farm has had significant fly breeding over a number of years and a number of complaints have come. We have had numerous interventions with experts, and when all this failed, we had to resort to the courts to carry out action against the farm. The judge charged the owner of the farm $100,000 with a warning that if the nuisance continues, the fine will be greater, said Hume. The area surrounding the port has insanitary conditions like refuse management issues, like fecal matter, doo-doo, and other, meaning flight of the mosquitoes within the 400-meter radius will affect the port. Therefore, our Britar index, which measures the density of mosquito larvae, is always high. We served 124 statutory notices and 23 were obeyed. Not even 24 out of the 124? 23, so 101 were not, he added. The fight against mosquitoes also continues in residential areas. According to Hume, for the period under review, his team inspected 699 premises and 3 unplanned communities. The latter, he said, which is the unplanned communities, pose the biggest challenge in public health because they are disorganized by nature, obviously. He mentioned problem areas such as Baker Street train line in Buff Bay, where the sanitation situation has not improved since the last survey in 2023. And now we're in 2025. Bryans Bay Fishing Beach, where there are 20 houses and 12 small businesses, including bars, shops, and a 3-story facility used by fishermen. 10 of those businesses are outside a bar and the old marina and have significant impact on the port, he said. Despite the challenges, Hume had high praise for the work done over the past 2 months, by the parish's vector control team in continuing the downslide of the Breton index, which is now 16, well below the target of 25. This is very good, as the month of May was a rainy month and the control was carried over to the month of June, he said. The public health official also expressed satisfaction with the work being done to monitor the Aedes index in areas prone to breeding mosquitoes, such as automotive work sites like garages, tire shops, and welding shops. They are significant source of mosquito breeding, and at times we have to treat old cars and tires and ask that they be removed. They do take them to the dump site, but the dump site is not in good condition, and we are working together to tackle the mosquitoes, he explained. Turning his attention to mosquitoes breeding in stored water, Hume spoke of the need to fill gaps in the piped supply of the commodity. We need to have improved access to potable water. This is most important in order to drive down the container index, he appealed. According to Hume, where water is provided within the parish, the quality is high. The status of the drinking water quality and bacteriology in particular was 96%. For the last 3 months, we have been having and maintain good quality water in the parish, he assured. Okay, my mind was thinking of it in a wrong fashion. The National Water Commission premises that provides water is at 100%. 27 samples were taken, 27 returned negative for any form of bacteria, which is wonderful. We are happy and hope that the provider, the National Water Commission, maintains that going forward, he added. All right, so there are some improvements in some area sectors, but the basic school is as though our children are not getting a break any at all. It's like they're not getting a break, they're not catching a break, because when early childhood education is missing or thwarted or interrupted, it's almost like the children learn in a crooked manner when they learn too late. Some may scrape through the cracks or pull through, and they're able to survive and do very well. Not many, not necessarily most. Let's use the word most. So when I saw that, because of the rat and the rodents and the roaches infestation, I said to myself, this is really unacceptable, because it meant that when you talk about rat and roach infestation, it means that the problem was brewing and it was not dealt with. They saw 1-2 rat and probably figured that a little poison would have gotten rid of them, or the borax or whatever the name of it is for the roaches. It cannot work. And even they mentioned that he even spoke to some of the police stations, the poor police officers, with what they have to endure based on what this man has indicated, based on what some of them have come on the news and spoken about. Look at what the ones in Linston talked about, that they moved over to some community section, for the challenged or whatever it is, and then they have to put up cardboards to block out the sun. I can just imagine the heat, the humidity, the discomfort. Unacceptable. What is going on in our country? Why is it? And then when we talk about, that if we are to get reparation money, I have no problem, with the places being fixed and all of that, so that we can live in fit for human and cohabit there places, but give people the money as well. You don't concern if they will spend it wisely or not, because our country is not necessarily known for spending money wisely. So we really shouldn't be chiding other people. You really and truly shouldn't be chiding. It is a flagrant disregard to the different school entities and other to be going through things like this in this modern day, this 21st century. The poor children, they have to now be shafted in one way, in one fashion or another, because of insanitary or unsanitary means. No man, things have to be addressed. This can't continue, my Jamaican people. This can't continue. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions. Thank you.